Hey guys, this is a Star Wars Theology here. I'm just gonna go through first episode of Ahsoka, part one, Masters and Apprentice. Gonna go through certain spots there, and I'm gonna give you my positives and negatives of this episode. And let's start. It's different from the regular Star Wars scroll. They try to give some explanation of what's happening. So I kind of like that. It's its own thing. Also red lettering. Very sinister, so that's different. This is one of the things that I like about the episode. I know they try to put back in their own way the scroll of Star Wars, so that's a positive for me. One thing that I like is when they're getting out of the ship here, very reminiscent of the Emperor in the Return of the Jedi, and also when Darth Vader was coming out of the ship too. So that I like. That's very good, very refreshing. That was missing from the works out recently Disney has put out. We have Obi-Wan, we have the Andor, we have basically Andor. I like Andor, but there was no Jedi. So in Star Wars, there's something about it. You need to see lightsabers, and that's something that I like about Ahsoka at this beginning. So we watch a little bit more here.
Captain Hale. If you don't mind me saying, it's quite a surprise meeting Jedi out here.
See, Jedis are very rare in this period. We know that Luke Skywalker is right there, but seeing Jedis in this New Republic era, there are very few. But as we know, there has been more Jedis that survived Order 66. So in this case, we have it's been mysterious, Force users here.
Our existence remains a mystery to most, Captain Hale.
Yeah, and that's pretty spot on. Their 16 is a mystery. So he sounded like a Jedi there. So you can tell they're not fully the dark side, but they're not Jedi. So it's very interesting, this new kind of like situation that we're seeing here in a Star Wars show. I guess we don't see this.
You put on a good show, but
we don't see this since if you have read the Heir to the Empire, we know that there's Dark Jedi there. Savaya is a Dark Jedi. So I guess they're trying to take some elements of Heir to the Empire in this episode, but
I don't buy it.
I don't understand.
So this is the part that I like, because we are missing what's coming now to see some lightsaber action in a Star Wars show. So see, this is the part that he's trying to say that he's making a mistake. So that's not Jedi like, because Jedi don't go that way into the dark.
Show you our identification.
That's a reminiscence from the New Hope. Show me your identification. So there's some Easter eggs here. So if you see there was the sound that actually was used on the original trilogy for the Force, kind of like grabbing. When Darth Vader was doing that in the original trilogy, you heard a kind of sound in the background.
You're right about one thing, Captain. We are no Jedi.
Yep. They're not Jedi. And you can, what I like about here is, you see that lightsaber, is orangey. That's kind of like reminiscent of the original Darth Vader's art. It was kind of like orangey instead of red. But this is kind of like being in between, not fully dark, but, have some dark in you, not fully bleed red, but right there on the spot. So we see that in here, and then let's go and see a little bit. I kind of like what's happening after this.
The captain's dead. So are half the security team.
Yeah, he was still gonna be dead.
Are there?
2. But they split up.
Yeah, there's 2. One master, one apprentice. I like this right here. Boom, boom. Look at that. Yes. Yeah, it was beautiful. That actually is a real samurai strike. You know, you go all the way down and you cut it. That's perfect. I love that part. Until now, this beginning was good. So let's continue. Now I think this is the part that they go very reminiscent of Darth Vader, a whole scene in Rogue One. So very similar. Yep, same blocks, same view. Yep, the same thing. Yeah, actually, in here he make the cut on, you know, going to the bottom. In Rogue One, Darth Vader goes and cuts on the top. So if you go back to Rogue One, you can see that. So basically, you know, an adaptation of what happened in Rogue One. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, this is the part that I like the most of the episodes in terms of, you know, the villains. So this is another part that I like about this episode. She arrived to the temple, and in here, she's gonna do something pretty cool. Well, I guess I found it pretty cool. This part right here, how she uses the Force there. Wow, beautiful. Another part that I like about this episode is right here. And by the way, I have an issue with that. I think that, and I'm gonna go through that in this video, but I'm gonna mention it. You know, the part that I don't like about before this sequence is that they took too long on the puzzle. It was too long for me. They could have done that a lot quicker. But you know, it was a choice. They elongated that. There was not too much talking. And also Ahsoka sounds a little bit monotone here compared to what was done in the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. I think I like her there better than here. But this part here, I like. We go through this.
The map. Give it to us.
Us.
Yeah, this is very samurai like on the movies. You know, you see she's a scouting, you know, their opponents, you know, you have this powerful opponent. More of them are coming to kind of surround her. And now she needs to make a choice. I don't think there's not gonna be any issues with this because Ahsoka is very powerful. So she should be able to handle this pretty easily. So let's see how she does this. She is basically scouting everything here and obviously using the Force to sense them. She goes down and obviously using the Force, she makes those perfect holes and then basically attacks. And by the way, here it shows the training that Anakin Skywalker gave her that we saw through the Clone Wars. Very important to credit Anakin for what she is doing right here. He's an excellent swordsman. Perfect. Look at that. She's able to handle that two opponents with ease. But a little bit of posing there, you know, you would not do that, I would say. You're a target there if you stay there for 2 seconds. This is the part that I have a problem now. She's jumping from the bottom of this temple very easily, you know, using Force jump. But now we're gonna see that the droids are gonna go into auto destruction mode and see what happens. Why is she running that way?
Okay, where are you?
What about what we saw in the Phantom Menace? If you remember correct, you know, from the Phantom Menace, you know, Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan were able to Force run really quickly. She should be able to use that, please. You know, use what we have already. This should be easy. She should not need to she doesn't need to go through all this effort running without force to try to catch that ship there. Doesn't make any that's the part that doesn't make any sense. And look, this is the first time I see a droid that causes this kind of nuclear explosion.
Let's keep flying and lower the rail.
Look at that. With the mushroom and everything. There's no way that she would have outrun that explosion. So those are the things I see here. But besides that, it's taking too long in certain spots in this episode. But the lightsaber fights are great for Ahsoka. I don't have any problems with that. She's doing great. A little bit of posing and stuff, but this is because of the sci-fi show here. They want to show the fans a little bit of drama while fighting. But that's what I see here. So now, this is the part I have a problem with, and let's just play it a little bit here. The sound of this, of the speeder, it's okay. I like that. But this, why? I have never heard rock like that in Star Wars. So that's the part I have an issue, and this scene goes further. I think in one of the games it was a Jedi Survivor. In Jedi Survivor, yeah, there's a little bit music. It was more alien, and it sounded more like on that planet. But this, again, let's listen a little bit more. That's more, to me, it's more like a Japanese animation kind of thing. I would have seen that better like in Visions. Yeah, in Visions is okay. I don't mind in Visions, but regular Star Wars, I have a little bit of issue here. So that's all I'm gonna say about the Sabine's, punk rock, cyberpunk rock background music while she's going into this with the speeder. I guess now Sabine is the Padawan of Ahsoka, and if you saw the episode, they explain somehow now she was training with Ahsoka, and she has extra lightsaber there, or modified in a way. In the episode, it gets explained. So now she's gonna have a confrontation with one of the villains. That villain name is Hati. So let's see what happens now when she confronts Hati.
We've been looking for this.
So yeah, they're looking for the map. So the reason she's there is because she stole the map. There was some droid action that happened there, but now she's gonna confront Hati. So let's see a little bit further.
That's too bad.
So yeah, we see the confrontation, the music. And obviously, Hati has more experience. And this is the part that I'm gonna criticize. Sabine, she has not been trained lately. So we know that Sabine has not been trained lately. I don't know how much time has passed through it. And Hati has been training with his master. So she's up to date. She has been practicing, dueling, and she should be very well experienced with the sword fight. So what happens here, I'm gonna criticize a lot of little things. So the reason I'm gonna criticize a lot of this duel here is that Hati has been in training with Baylan Skoll, her master, right? So Baylan Skoll have been making sure that she basically keeps up with her training and everything. So what we're gonna see here, you would think from the get-go is that Sabine is gonna be in big trouble because she's not up to date with the like fighting skills that she should be up to date. Because if she wanted to be a Jedi, even though that in this episode also explained that she doesn't have, I guess, a high midichlorian count. They don't use the midichlorian, word, but you can see that her aptitude to the Force is not up there with what we know as a normal Jedi, as an average Jedi. We have been encountered Luke Skywalker, Anakin that had the highest count. We know Yoda. We know, Qui-Gon. We know Obi-Wan, Mace Windu. We can have a whole list of Jedi that we know that they have a high midichlorian count. Here, she should be in trouble. So let's see what they decided to do here. So very samurai-like again. You can hear the music in the background. They have their pose. The theatrics are here. So they're getting just closer here. Obviously, Sabine is very, very conservative here in her moves. See, look at that. You saw that strike. When she strike, you see Shin Hati, blocks like nothing, and that lightsaber bounced back, for Sabine. That tells me right there, she's not as strong as she should be. Shin Hati has been practicing. She's putting her ground really strong, so she has an advantage. She should finish this fight really quick, and I don't understand how long this took. And there's something that you're gonna see. Like, let's keep watching this because it gets worse. Okay. Couple blocks, Too much posing here. And I know this is a Star Wars. They're trying to put the dramatics. But let's keep going. Okay. That there, Sabine should have got hit in that there. I think Shin Hati, either she had some good on her and still had some of the Jedi side there trying to say, I don't want to really just chop her head off, but let's keep watching. So I guess Ahsoka sensing something's wrong. She's trying to go over there. Let's see what. So the duel continues. So see, I don't know. She's very she's not going all strength here, Shin Hati. Too much posing to me. Look at that. Right there. The only thing that she needed to do, Shin Hati, was to go a little bit there, and she would have just get her head, and the fight would be over. But I'm being critical here because I know I know my strikes. So sorry, I'm too critical here. Look at no. Look at that here. If we go a little bit back here, let's see if we can watch this. Let me see if I can watch. Yeah, did that. But there's a moment right here. That's the part I was saying about her face. Look at here. She just needed to cut her hand. And I think that's what they should have done there. I think because of what happens next. That was an easy cut of her hand. Let's continue. See, too much choreography here. Too much choreography. Yeah. That was too much choreography there. And I have a big issue right here. Look at here. What happens next is ridiculous. Look at that stretch. Right, she's stretched there with her hand on the floor right there. The only thing that Shin Hati needs to do is push down further, push her down. And once her down, then do a cut, and then she can cut her in half with that lightsaber right there. And that will be the end of it. But I'm being critical about this because I know about this and about this strikes, and the strikes are really quick. This should not take this long. And there's no way that, Sabine, with no training for I don't know how many months or years, is doing this against this apprentice. She's far superior and should have had ended this fight really quick. So if they're gonna do a fight like this, they need to make it more realistic. She probably Sabine should have been more cautious and do more like a regular, like Luke Skywalker at the beginning, that he was cautious, against Darth Vader. He was never too wild, And I remember that reminds me of the Cloud City fight. Something more on those terms, It would be more realistic and it would be nicer. They were trying to go over the top here, obviously. Look at that. That strike, because Sabine should have no strength against her. So Ahsoka is getting closer, and this is almost the end of the duel. So they're striking hard, and come on. This is where I have an issue. As we know, Qui-Gon was stabbed, and there were so many differences between that stab and this stab. The stab that Qui-Gon received, when Darth Maul stabbed him through his, basically in the middle of his stomach, went all the way to the back, and he makes sure that he was going slow when he was taking out the blade. Right, he was going slow, so he had enough time to do the damage to all his internal organs. And obviously Qui-Gon Jinn had, the Force, so he tried to hold as long as he could to basically tell Obi-Wan, to train Anakin. But it just gets into the point that when we see this and she's still right there, it's not consistent. And I know that what happens now is that, Ahsoka takes her to to the medical facilities that she needs, and she basically survives somehow this stab. And I don't know, it just takes out of for me, from the sacrifice that Qui-Gon did. And it's very controversial. You can see, Qui-Gon didn't have the medical attention right away, but still, even if she survived, she should not be even awake right here, unless she has some hidden, tap into the Force that we don't know, and she's kind of holding back her abilities in the Force all this time. That I don't think so. So for me, it's not consistent, and I have a big issue with this. If you're gonna go with it, I would prefer that, cut her hand, let her suffer, like don't do this, because it's a repetitive thing. Every time somebody gets stabbed, it was Reba, I think Reba in Obi-Wan, the same thing happened, and that one was even more crazy, and I don't gonna go there because that one didn't even make sense at all. It was worse than this. So and that will be it for this. This is ridiculous. Overall, I like Ray Stevenson as Baylan Skoll. I think he was the best actor in this first episode. The interaction between Sabine and Ahsoka and Hera, there was a lot of pauses in between the dialogue that I think that it should be faster and take like less gaps in between conversations. The action of Ahsoka herself, how she fights, how she uses the Force, and how she deals with opponents is great. The interactions with Shin Hati in combination of Baylan Skoll all together, that works for me as Master's Apprentice. How all the parts that are together I like. But that fight between, you know, Sabine and Shin Hati, I had a lot of criticism on that fight, and obviously I don't like what happened with the stab, how they handle it. They could go through different routes, cutting hand, cutting leg, do some other stuff. So that's all I can see from the Ahsoka episode 1. Like I always say, remember, the truth is always available to you. You just need to go and find it. Remember, the Force will be with you always. See you on the next one, guys.